Oi, need to talk to you. I'm always in character when I enter here. I'm gonna be real with you. I immediately get into it because that's the mindset. Mindset on the grind set. That's just how it is. Fuck. I guess I'm just waiting now. Damn. Okay.
Alrighty, players. Cards will be going up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cards are up.
Boy, Stella.
What's up?
So finally got around to it. Got the enchantment book from Amelia. Heard you had a few things you could say and tell me about it before I start doing me research, I guess, into it.
What do you want to know exactly?
Oh, guess what's the difference here on how to use it and what things to avoid doing from the book. Basic stuff.
Well, for starters, you do need to know a second type of magic. The enchanting book is more of a way to transfer one type of magic onto an object. So you need to know that other type of magic in order to put it on the object.
Well, ain't that something fantastic for fuck's sake?
I had the exact same reaction to that.
Alright. What other basic things do I need to know then?
Um, putting a putting magic on an object costs more memory or more crystals than the actual magic itself would.
Alright.
Other than those two restrictions, you can do practically anything. It doesn't matter an exact type of spell, rather the type of magic itself.
Alright, so let's say I wanted to put a wind thing on it, I would have to get wind magic somehow, then
Yes, and we do have the wind book.
Alright, so that's another thing, but a little bit annoying how that is.
Yeah, and we are
As someone
running
who's an
kind of low on
enchanter in his life,
crystals.
it's... Well, that's why we go out and explore and find things, aren't we?
I'd love to, but there's not many crystals around here, and the only place that we can reliably find them is home to the Shadow Bitch, who really enjoys me.
Fantastic. But, well, that's fair. And it's down to the other option then. The option you hate, but it's all we got, let's be honest. Because we can't go out to that place, by the sound of it. There's not any other places to go to that we know.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So, chin up. Gotta deal with the shitty parts now. Especially with what's to come.
I have been for about 2 years now, so I'm used to it.
Good. Good. Good to hear. Angel?
How are you doing?
Tired. I feel like tired.
Didn't
Lost of breath.
didn't you go on the mission?
Missing something, but I don't really know. Yeah, I did, and apparently I died. So,
I see.
I see. Well, when you die, you lose what you remember sometimes.
Oh, I know.
Congratulations on your first death.
I wouldn't be congratulating over that, but if you want to, go ahead.
It's a rite of passage here.
Rite of passage. Yes, I'll tell you that much.
Everyone dies at least once. It's difficult not
That's
to.
even fair. I can see that, but I'm doing my damn best not to be a fucking... Fair enough.
My job is to keep you from dying, so I really do hope you're trying.
Well, the bandages and potions on the one mission that me and Sapphire went on, yeah, that was definitely a good attempt. They almost lost their fucking eye.
Well, you're welcome.
That would be more of a Sapphire weapon than me. I just had a few cuts and bruises and potions didn't work out, so that's a thank you. I'll actually figuring out what to do then. Because if I'm going to use the book, I get the other book. It's only a lot to work out on. Though I wonder... just questions I have is all.
I have answers.
Yes, but do you have an answer for someone who was already an enchanter and knows a few tricks? That's the question.
A majority of the things in this world do not work in any capacity similar to what you are familiar with.
I know that. I've heard that multiple times. But it's more the sense of knowledge, per se. Sure, it may not work the same, but some of the properties might be the same.
I would be hesitant to even say that. The world I come from is almost the exact opposite of this one in terms of how things work.
Well, opposite or not, there's opportunities to learn and see how things work. That's how I grew up. That's how I lived. Opportunity is a wonderful mistress and also a cunt.
Well, I wish you luck trying to tame this mistress.
I've had luck my whole life, good and bad. I don't mind it. I welcome it. I love it. The mysteries of any world is what excites me, Stella. And a mystery and a curiosity is what killed me, and I welcome it again.
I wish I could say the same.
I take it you didn't do much of exploring and seeing the world when you were alive, are you?
That depends on how you define things. I explored the world a lot on a molecular level.
Let's go with actually seeing the world than looking through one of those fancy little telescope things.
I know this is a weird question, but y'all got any drugs on you? Like smoke or sniff?
I mean,
I'm not really a tobacco guy.
yeah, fair enough.
Even if I did
but
have
this
it,
is
I
all
would
I got.
not give it to you.
It ain't the first time I've done it. It helps with cybernetics.
Well, there's a lot of unknowns, so...
You doing alright?
We are functional.
Yeah, functional's better than unfunctional.
It's been a while since I've seen you, Leif. How's it been?
We have been secluded, enjoying our time. And what of yourself?
I've been very busy and very stressed. But that's par for the norm here.
Yes. We are all stressed. given the nature of our colonial mass.
There's a lot to stress about, but I'm at least using that stress to keep me moving. Yeah, well, not in a bad sense, more in the sense of know it's there, no curiosity there, no other things are there. Hello?
Folks, do come in. Come in.
Oh, hi.
Brief
Greetings.
introductions while the corporal comes up with yes, Sapphire. I am Nicole. I am the Red Army's blacksmith, and I'll be filling in for Bahamut while he is busy with treasure list requests.
I'm sorry.
Helping look after your gear, making sure they're up to snuff, and all that.
Nice to meet you, Nicole.
Please.
My name is Leandro. Before the corporal decides to call me Leo.
Alright, Leo. Well, you're dealing with the captain. That's unfortunate.
All people outrank you, so
Shit, I outrank people? Wait. I mean,
you're
yeah,
part of Amelia's inner council. You outrank him. And even me.
I would prefer if you call me Leandros.
alright, Sir Leandros.
Be a sir when Amelia invites him. Anyway. I'm going to be giving the report on behalf of Sapphire. She's still feeling a bit sensitive, and I don't blame her. Sure, a little bit up to speed thanks to.
I shouldn't get some of that tobacco.
Here's some paper.
As
There's
said,
some tobacco.
me and my crew found not only the desert, but from contexts left behind from all of you and a bit of research on our own part, we found the temple where the hole the fears come out of is found. And it was surrounded by more or less a city filled with fragmented memories of the undead and similar creatures, as well as Black Army members that had seemingly been driven insane and were attacking anything that wasn't themselves or the creatures around them. They didn't venture far and they had a bit of a self-sustaining environment, but from what we were told and what we encountered ourselves, the mission was pretty brutal, which I'm sure you can remember at least the first part of it. As Sapphire told on the way, they lost the other two party members that were with them. As far as we were told, as they got to the inner temple where the actual site of the hole was, they encountered Kronos there, this being the mimicry of Titan. Kronos had been empowered somehow by some kind of ritual that was going on, and kicked whatever the colourful fellow's name is, which I forget, into the hole, and he was apparently sort of ripped apart at the seams. And then after Angel had managed to weaken Kronos significantly with a very flashy looking beam, which we saw all the way from outside the camp, apparently he had managed to push Sapphire aside and took him out all the same with his blade. But Sapphire managed to throw Kronos into the hole in kind, but it didn't seem to kill him. He seemed to just sort of sink into it. The site has been secured. Any remaining lingering undead have been put down or sanctified, and a perimeter watch has been put out around the hole. Nothing's crawled out of it yet, but there's still some nasty magics coming off of it. We've got off a few of our paladin types purifying the area, and then all that remains in a little while from now is going to be whoever of the council that's going in purifying the inside of it. Who are depleted. I bet it should.
Means I got work to do before I die.
Hopefully, that means this is all over. No more fears, or at least less of them, and they won't have somewhere to come from. It'll just be whatever's left out there we have to deal with. was a brutal time, and I don't blame her for feeling as sensitive she does, and I imagine it's going to be difficult for all three of them for a while. They've certainly earned it off, and I think realistically at this point should be treated like heroes, just like the rest of you.
I'm straight.
So, I'm gonna take one of these nerds, and I'm gonna go grab some supplies, but before that, there is more thing. Bahamut has signed off as Forge Master for a little while, because Escher's got him working on some very important projects with him. So, for now, we've got missions for my colleague Nicole to come in. She will be taking over maintenance for gear, that sort of thing, and we're using Bahamut's main workshop while he's off in Shipyard. So, from on, if you need weapon repairs or discussions are similar, you can talk to her. She does know a bit of mechanics as well. She helped fix my arm a few times. So she's the next person to go to.
Name's Ozzy. I'll be your partner in there.
Well, pleasure to meet you.
Already let me in there for a bit. I got to work now. Before I get to me on work, I see someone.
One of my latest additions to the rollout squad. But he's already introduced himself. He's him. But no, he's been doing fine. And then you all know her who snuck up behind all of us. Anyway, that's all we had. I'm gonna go grab some of the partying gear and I'll be back.
I need to go see somebody. Yeah.
Whichever one of you chumps is coming with me to our boxes, you can come with. Otherwise, socialize for a minute.
Drink up. Enjoy it. Alright. Let me get some possession from your captain. Captain's orders. Relax. Because if you don't,
We
you
think
can
we
look
are
into it.
much
What was that?
We think they are much too thin for this colonial mass.
Much too thin?
Yes, they provide no mass. What use will they have?
Use goes beyond just mass. It's what you do with it that matters.
We will watch. We will ensure that they contribute.
I'm sure they're contributing just fine. I don't think you have to watch them.
So be it.
Question: where would the win book be, if you would know?
Amelia has all of the books. She keeps them in her room.
For fuck's sake, Amelia, you should have told me this as well when I was eating the book. Thank you, Stella. If I need anything else, I'll let you know.
Okay.
If you need anything, let me know. Maybe I can get you some enchanted fancy boots to make you slide across the ground, eh?
I'll come to you if I need some enchantments.
I got more than look into things.
Hi there. I apologize, but I've forgotten your name.
Understandable. Trying to remember it too.
This world can be a bitch when it comes to memories.
Chicken jockey!
I forgot my name too. Makes it harder.
How have you been doing?
You know, my best.
What have you been up to?
Punching things really hard.
Understandable.
What about you?
A lot of research.
Okay, one of those types.
Yeah. Trying to make new potions and look into blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
First part
it's
makes sense.
not.
Second part I'm confused about.
It's more just trying to understand the world better, which is not easy.
Right, I haven't gone crazy yet.
The others are definitely worried about that. Who knows? One day I might be madder than the Hatter.
Oh, don't say that.
It might be befitting, though. For someone to understand this world, they might need to.
Party and supplies are going inside.
Yeah. I mean, don't become, going mad scientist. We're gonna destroy the world afterwards.
I've already been called mad scientist multiple times by multiple people.
Yeah, I'm just saying, don't be the one. Don't destroy this world. Don't start making giant rays of death or death rays or something.
Well, it's my job to prevent that, so I don't think I will be. Anyway, I'm gonna go check out this party supplies, so I'll see you.
All good.
The amount of code that DOS put in that conversation was amazing. Not like in-character code, but out-of-character stuff.
Anyway, I'm gonna go tune up a little. You guys mingle, socialize, take the day off for a while. I think we've had enough.
See if I can find the clothes.
Head out and turn right where the little shanty town is, building up the barn.
Got it. Alright.
I can show you if you'd like me to.
By all means, ma'am.
Leo, find someone who you want to talk
Greetings, Interloper.
Hello. Someone need something?
to.
Not right now.
Could actually come in here. That's new.
Party over already, huh?
Well, I'm putting the party stuff over there for the one. I'm gonna go tune up the bike a little. Alright.
I'm here. Don't forget to clean out those air filters from the desert.
Yeah, that's the plan.
This way. I do have something that I would like you to look at.
By all means, ma'am.
It's a design for some gauntlets. It. There's some pretty intricate stuff in it that I don't know how difficult it would be, and I'm not entirely sure that I will have access to the resources needed to make it, so I would like some opinions on it.
No, of course. I'm assuming these are gonna be for you.
Yes, they will be.
Okay. Have you already measured arm length and all that?
Yeah.
Make sure the inner parts at least fit comfortably in your hands, and then the outer can be whatever you need to be.
I have, specs and some blueprints.
Honestly, makes my job easier. Aside from someone going, hey, I want a blade that looks like this.
Well, I'm not exactly the engineering type, so it might not be perfect.
You're really doing better than most. People give me an idea, and I have to work off just what they say rather than actual things written down a lot of times.
Creative liberties have never been a strong suit of mine.
This is an honor of a shop to be working in.
This is the forge.
This is... Yo!
I don't think I need to say this, but I would highly recommend against damaging anything. Bahamut would get really mad.
I would never. Honestly, it's an honor being even given the opportunity to work here. I would never fault that. So, lay it on me. What you need?
So here are the blueprints I have for it.
Okay. What are you looking for it to do?
So on each of the knuckles of the gauntlet will be placed a magic crystal connected with some magical conduits so that I can use them at any time.
Got it. So, kind of like caster's gauntlets in a sense.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And then
Do you want these triggered with like an actual press or contact?
the magical conduit allows me to activate them at any time as long as I'm in physical contact with it. And then
Noted. Okay.
on the back of the hand there, that is a potion bottle. So that I want to be able to unscrew it so I can give it to other people, or like squeeze the gauntlets and inject it into myself.
Are we talking injection syringes or?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, gauntlet able to use the crystal. Now, does the crystal need like skin contact, or is it something that can be?
So usually magic crystals do need physical like skin contact.
Okay.
But the magical conduit it basically does the same thing. It's a metal that can transfer that magic.
How about this, right? Put the crystal around in the palm area, right? Have little conduit connections on like each of the tips, so that when you actually need it and, you know, go for actually bracing yourself for a fight, it'll activate. It has a contact, it has a conduit, and it kind of keeps it in a little bit of a safer spot.
The reason I wanted
Something like this, then.
the reason I wanted it on the knuckles was numbers. The more crystals I have,
the amount.
better.
Okay, no, that's doable. Alright. So, one on each knuckle, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Okay, we can get conduits installed. Yeah. It might take me a bit of time and testing, but it's possible.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, don't worry about that. I've got time.
I'm assuming these are your measurements here.
Yep.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Honored to work for, the Queen's Inner Circle.
I don't think I'm that important.
You are for the rest of us. You might not look like it, but you might not seem like it, but for the rest of the Royal Guard and the Red Army, y'all are a pretty big deal for us.
Thank you for the compliment.
Plus, I've heard work of, whispers of your work around. You're not one to, be tested with.
Well, I guess.
Your work is just as important, if not just as scary.
I guess that's the case.
I will see what I can do. What was your name again?
Stella.
Perfect. Stella, I will do what I can, and when I have working prototypes, I'll be sure to let you know.
Thank you very much. I'll see you later then.
Of course. Sir Ozzy, was it?
Yeah, that's my name. It's something. It's not easy.
Seeds have been planted. Hell yeah. Now I actually have to 3D model that, which is going to be hell. Interloper,
Yes?
do you have magic crystals?
Can access. Can get some. Yes.
Would you be willing to trade in something other than memories for them?
No.
No. That's sad. I don't want to give away my memories, but I do want those crystals.
Don't have to be your memories.
I do not have access to anyone else's memories.
Capture someone.
That is something that I would not like to do.
Fair. It matters not to me where memories come from. As long as the deal was made.
Well, since I'm not going to give away any memories, there is no deal to be made here.
That's fair. Just made one. Good deal.
Who the fuck? It was Angel. It had to have been Angel, right? I swear to God. No one here knows the worth of their own memories. That's crazy. Greetings.
Hello.
What was your name again?
Leandros.
Leandros. Nice to meet you. My name is Stella.
Pleasure to meet you, Stella.
How are you doing?
I'm doing quite alright.
That's good to hear. It's better than a lot of what I'm hearing.
Yes, I heard the stories of what you all have been dealing with, so...
My battles are a lot different from the others.
How so?
Oh, I'm not on the front lines. I've never been on the front lines. I spend all of my time in the junkyard, in my lab, or in Outmore's lab, doing research.
Finding the scientific way to deal with this.
Yes and no. Finding the scientific way to deal with the suicidal nature of those around me. But I have other plans for how to take care of this war.
I hope you are fortunate.
I haven't been so far, but I'm hoping that once I can go out onto the front lines, that will change.
I will always say don't rush into war. It's not pretty, not honorable.
I've been in this war for 2 years. I'm not rushing into anything.
Most of my family don't remember who I am. That's what this war has done to them.
I'm trying to end this war as quickly as possible, with as few lives lost as possible. But the others don't seem to think that my ideas are any good. But the only thing they know how to do is just kill endlessly. We may have pushed into the False Army's territory a lot, but we haven't made any real progress in ending this war.
A lot of people are just weak, tired. They don't fight because they believe, they fight because it's all they know.
I've been trying to tell them to put down their weapons for once. Try to talk to the other side. Maybe form some sort of treaty. A ceasefire at the very least. All they say is that they've tried and it hasn't worked, but I don't believe that. Every time I've seen them attempt to talk to others, it's always been with weapons in hand, teeth bared. And that's not diplomacy.
It's the it won the title for. Based from past experience.
It's a part of diplomacy, but that only uses intimidation. Essentially, what it is. Nicole, if you'd like, you can sit.
I'm nerves to work off. I mean, being able to work on the Wellspring is a big thing for me. Access to a lot more than I normally would.
Well, I'm glad you're living your dream.
For some people, this place is heaven. For others, it's hell.
Well, I can understand why they might think that way.
Considering the shit you lot have seen.
That's not even the half of it. I keep a majority of my findings secret because I have no idea what the others would do if they found out.
Well, I can understand that. Hell, half your findings are probably useful to most folks. But, keep them all to yourself then. That's your own treasure then, Stella.
I know for a fact that if I told Orash about even a tenth of what I know, there would be millions more dead.
Oh yeah, no. I'm surprised the bastard's still alive, let's be real with ourselves.
I'm pretty sure he's died at least once.
Yeah, that's not me being rude. That's me being... well, that's how he works. That's how he wants to work. And no matter what Amelia's done...
Everyone's tried to talk him out of his delusions, but it never works.
Alright.
I have no idea who you all are referring to, but I'm going to assume it's not pleasant.
Not pleasant.
A member of the inner council thinks that doing his own thing and disobeying the queen...
Considered inner council?
Yeah, he's part of our group. He's considered part of the inner council.
You lot are part of Amelia's inner council. We are, at least on our end of it, we're part of the army.
They're referring to a comrade they were speaking of, not us.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If they're considered inner circle, this is kind of an explanation of Amelia's group. You lot.
We're talking about a very specific person who thinks that disobeying Amelia's direct orders is somehow beneficial.
Who are we talking about?
Orash.
Who?
There you go.
Orash.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, you said it.
But, a talk for later, Stella, for the other thing you mentioned earlier. Pikachu hunters
Okay.
get curiosity, and you get to work on something.
You have a little friend.
He likes hiding a lot. See what I mean?
I think he is new to us, so.
Apparently he's the manifestation of fear or something like that. Fear, anxiety, that kind of stuff.
That is...
Yeah, the name is Phobos. Pho for short.
I see. That's what I heard over there, understood.
That's not at all worrying.
No, there's more massive things to be worrying about. giant beasties. Druids that'll tell you limb from limb.
Yogurt,
Big old buzzard.
Yogurt? What's wrong with yogurt?
it's awful. Yogurt is absolutely disgusting.
Oh, did I remind? Did we remind our? Don't remind me of that shit. That was disgusting, and you know it.
I'm not gonna ask him.
It was funny seeing your reaction, though.
Fuck you! I hate you so much, you little kid. You fucking.
Someone who wants to sit, feel free.
If we weren't in here, I'd fucking.
I thought he was about to sit down. He's gonna break the fucking chair.
No, I sat in that chair before. It doesn't break. You probably break because you weigh more than me, fatty.
I only weigh a ton. I'm not
Oh
fat.
no! Look at
I'm
me! I weigh a
average-
ton.
I am average weight for a metal being.
There's the keyword: metal.
Does that mean you're a ton of awesome?
Yes.
Cool.
Wouldn't that also make him a ton of dead weight?
Not really.
What if you get
Wait,
knocked over?
What do you mean by that? I get back up.
What if you're knocked unconscious?
It's kind of very hard for me to knock unconscious when I don't really. I mean, I could probably get a cut. Yeah, I'd say I can get knocked unconscious. I do. My brain's still in here.
Concussions?
Yeah, I can
I
definitely get a concussion.
don't think so. There's
I'm not going to assume.
sleep works very
under the
weirdly
honor.
here.
I don't know.
Nothing but a heart and a brain and lungs. That's it. Maybe a stomach.
Oh.
I'm not really sure anymore.
Is that depressed? That sounds depressing.
It's not really depressing. Where I come from, it's completely normal. To replace your limbs and organs with better machinery. I come from like a place like never mind. You won't understand.
Probably not.
Yeah, don't worry too much about him.
You should worry a lot. He's gonna come in your sleep and kill you.
Phobos would
Well,
be
to
too
be
scared
fair,
to
if
do
I'm in
that.
here, I'm told I'm safe, so.
I mean, yeah, but you can still
I
feel
don't
pain.
know what he said properly, but it sounded like he said afraid to sleep nerd.
I think they
That's what it
meant
sounded.
they're afraid to sleep now.
Oh.
We can ruin sleep for them.
They were always afraid of sleeping. Anyway.
Should probably find somewhere where they would feel safe.
I don't think they feel
That would be
safe
kind of
anywhere.
difficult.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's not true.
They are quite literally the manifestation of all fear.
Even fear can feel safe.
I think he might have a fear of feeling safe.
That is a concept that I don't even want to attempt to understand.
Yeah, you said it.
I'll leave that to the intellectuals.
I am not one of those intellectuals.
See, my,
I'm
my,
not
No,
referring
don't
a
specifically.
little bit of mechanics.
I'm not referring to them specifically anyways. I was saying in general.
I'm not smart.
We know.
I think you're smart.
You're smart in your own way.
Everyone's smart themselves. Everyone has their own kind of smarts.
What is
Me,
anyway?
forging,
Now, let's see if you're
and
really smart. Do you want some drugs?
some of the guns.
Why would I want drugs?
Feel good? Calm down?
Why? Eating food makes me feel good.
You say that, but I've had to deal with funk.
They're smart.
Fun,
They don't take
Talking is all
candy from strangers.
Fun, thud, and what was it?
Thud.
Oh yes, the siblings.
Yes,
Well,
the
they're not
third
gonna
one
fucking
just
have it.
the third one just graduated funk.
Yeah.
He graduated
the
me.
siblings, that's what I said. I like the siblings. Fine.
No. There's a siblings, and then there's an extra. 3 of them now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Siblings. Yeah. No, there's a third.
I can promise you he didn't graduate academically.
So where are we all going?
I'm gonna idle forge, look over blueprints, see what's kind of left behind and what I can finish.
Have fun, hammer lady.
You can call me Nicole.
Alright, Michael.
I'm not gonna bother.
I'm not even going to say my name. There's no point.
Your name's Gio.
Leo. No, Leonardo? No.
Leo.
Leandros.
DiCaprio.
What? What?
Leonardo.
Liam? No. Liam? The fuck? What is, Leonard? Leandro. That's a Greek. That's a Greek name, right?
Oh, your name is Feet and Toes.
Leandro.
Good luck with that one, Leo.
It's probably an unholy apparition trying to lure you into trouble.
Leandros?
Possibly, I don't know. Escort.
Hi, we're invading your space now.
Oh, that's very unfucking fortunate.
Your space is now our space.
You orbit around me. I'm
We
a big
just
man.
took it like pirates.
I cast orbit. You are now planet around the big man.
I'm gonna go relax. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Fair enough. Enjoy your
Alright,
relaxing.
I'll see you later. How are you doing, Sapphire?
Better.
That's good to hear.
So you go
At
all
the
the
end
way
of the
back in
shanty
the middle
town.
of the path, and then you want to take a right, and there you'll see an entryway at
I'll
that
take
building
you there,
right there.
Cleo.
I don't know if this is worse than the cop.
Just ignore her. What? That's what I do. I don't listen to half the stuff she says. It lowers my IQ.
That's not a good thing. And I don't think it lowers anyone's IQ. I think you just have your own special way of thinking.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Your choice if you want to believe me or not.
The only thing I believe is my own words. I believe other people when they prove it. And you can't really prove ignorance, can you?
I feel like you can.
It's a weird iffy thing sometimes if you think about it too. Like,
I don't
yes,
know if
you
I
can,
want to
but
think
also
about
you
it.
can't fully.
Oh, hi Effie. How are you doing?
Welcome back to the living.
Fine. Welcome back to living what happened.
From what we heard, you
Happened to
died.
your voice. Yeah,
Well, of course I died. I mean, that's why I'm here, right?
you got ripped apart in the portal.
What portal are you talking about?
Apparently,
mission, right?
on the last mission, there was a portal that you got pushed into. And when you got pushed into it, you got ripped apart piece by piece.
What are you talking about? There wasn't a mission I went on.
Oh, no.
Not that's unfortunate.
So, Effie, when you die in this place, you don't permanently die. You come back with your memories missing.
Well, yeah, that. Why do you think I look like this?
I
This
don't
isn't
mean...
the first time I died.
Yeah, but some deaths in this
I don't
place
think
take
there's any
away
use
even
explaining
more
it to 'em.
memory.
Seth, are you hearing this?
I'm hearing it.
She was there.
You're on a mission. You were pushed into a portal. It's hard to beat this.
Okay, fuck. Well, if the literal dragon is saying that it happened, then it probably had to have happened. There's no missing words with her. Okay, so
Also, you might want to check yourself real quick. You're sounding a bit weirder than usual.
weirder than usual. Okay,
Yeah, you want to clear your throat? I think you got something stuck in there.
Small black feather slowly floats into view in front of Sapphire.
Let us know when you get good. I'm going back to me reading.
Around the basin.
okay. What about now?
Discord.
Well, there you go.
That's a bit better.
Okay. Alright, Sapphire, so apparently you know what happened. How did I die?
You were pushed into a funny red portal. And you were
A
torn to
funny red
pieces.
portal. Okay, well then, what pushed me into the portal?
Big red robot dude named Kronos.
Orthos. Oh, it's Kronos? I thought it was Orthos.
Okay, so when you say Cronus, do you mean the literal capital C Kronos, the
know-
Titan of time.
No, it's
I
our
don't
Titan
think so.
it's the false army equivalent of our Titan.
Okay.
The false army likes to make
they're
mockeries of us.
Yeah, and at some point we're gonna get hit by that.
Okay, so when's the evil you gonna come out? When's the evil Captain gonna come out? Oh dear God, when's the evil me gonna come out? Is it like everything I'm not?
So like, are they like the opposite of us? So it's like the evil version of him gets skinny.
No, because there's the evil version of Aunt Mora is Hydra, and Hydra is a scientist too. It's not exactly the opposite of us, but the evil version of us.
It's just a waiting game to see what happens.
So ones that have more mental problems.
Life. I don't think you've met Effie yet, have you?
We have
Okay, so is that the royal we, as in a sense of royalty, or are you a hive mind? Or a collective? I'm not...
colonial mass.
Colonial mass. Huh. I'm not familiar with it.
We all contribute. You will do the same.
Fair plant.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense to me.
You guys actually have similar abilities.
No Bahamut.
Bahamut is very busy right now, so Nicole has become the new Forge Master.
Much too thin. Not like Bahamut.
He's probably just gotten too old to move.
Nah, the Cheshire has him doing a lot of very important jobs right now.
Yeah, like making old, cocky people's ears off like old people do.
We will check in on Ford, Master. We are live.
Right.
Is that? I think it is Sapphire, or is that a different one?
It's the one you think it is.
Big Bud.
I wonder what he's doing out and about up there. We did.
I'm used to just hanging out there, doing bird things.
Give a nice little
Why
bell
bother?
to it at least. What?
Oh no, I just said doing bird things. I was just hanging out up there. It's not bothering anyone.
I'd rather it do bird things up there than down here.
Oh, and speak of the devil. You may not want to turn around. Okay, you already turned around.
Why?
Birds?
Why do I speak? It's not that. It's just big.
Oh.
At least put this out if it's gonna get closer.
Good day to you. How are you doing? Does anyone speak bird?
I'm not familiar with that dialect.
Enjoy you a lot there, Sapphire.
Okay, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for that. I know, I'm bright, colorful, and...
Shouldn't make grabby hands at it then. That's your fault.
I said I don't blame it. Ah, come on. Am I not good enough to eat? God. I guess not.
Do we know how to take care of it? Or does it just take care of itself?
I think it just takes care of itself.
Well, I mean, a creature that big, I mean, it doesn't last that long, you know, unless it knows how to take care of itself. You know, with the sheer size of it, it probably can use, like, a lot of caloric intake. Or do calories even count in this, in Wonderland?
Definitely
we don't need to eat. We don't need to eat or sleep or drink or use the bathroom, so...
I mean, definitely a creature to talk about with the druid when I go see them at some point.
But residents of Wonderland do need to eat and sleep, so... maybe it does?
So I'm guessing the bird's the resident?
I don't know. Rabbit, do you know?
Oh, there's the answer.
He knows, but he's not going to tell us. Why ruin the surprise?
He never tells us anything.
Yeah, like I said, why ruin the surprise?
Here's a rabbit. It just hops around giving the answer. Hops around the question.
You should know the right question, Stella, next time.
What?
That's Cheshire in your ear. Cheshire's been here.
I did not hear what you
You
said.
just didn't ask the right question. Oh, you did not ask the right question, perhaps?
I see. I don't think he's going to answer any of my questions, though. He never does.
It's okay, he only tells lies.
Oh. Did he just crash? He just crashed. Alright. Well then.
From where I'm from, it depends on the bird.
No, I don't think you're getting into the forge anytime soon.
Sure you can, go right under its feet.
Yeah, that's not a risk.
I don't think the plant person wants you to eat them.
Is that what you need? You need some food?
This bird is acting rather dog-like.
Well, does seem to be accorded. Very intelligent birds. You know, back in Grift, we would say that these birds are tied to omens because of how uncanny they would act. They say that they would even they say that they'd even warn of tragedy before it even happens. But you know, in Grift, that's usually a good thing. Warning, so you can prepare. Expect the worst. Or, let's see, how to say, prepare for the worst, expect the best.
Figured they maybe have warmed up to you now.
Ha! I get it.
Unintentional, but sure.
Don't stay in here all the time, or you're going to dry yourself out.
I know better.
They wish them no fear.
I think the more you dance around and try to hide from it, the more things you're trying to play.
We are not suited for the bigger masters.
No, I'm
When
just
you break,
sure is all.
we tear.
We can supply you with sticks or whatnot as to
Nah, I think they're just here enjoying the sights right now, aren't you?
getting the no.
Well,
I'm
that
gonna-
one, by the way. I'm just gonna come here. Ooh.
I should learn to speak bird. Maybe I could ask Raven.
Oh boy.
Just, you know.
We tear easily.
We'll be fine. Up in hand.
You should totally pet it. Things are less scary when you can pet them.
This is true. They're also very less steady. They're also less scary if you've been around them most of your life. You know, out at sea, to kill a bird is bad luck.
See, you know, usually things the size of this, larger from back home, was usually very bad size. Because they're never friendly.
You gotta learn to work around it sometimes.
That's where my job came in when I was alive. I helped facilitate those who would defend.
But this is the
Like
story.
now, I
enough.
guess. People have weapons almost the size of you. Come home.
Fair enough. I mean, it takes big people like me to wield big weapons. Oh no, Stella. Enjoy the hug.
Right
We're
there,
just gonna
honey.
enjoy the hug. Come here, both of you. We're just gonna enjoy this hug.
Why must you do
Hugs.
this?
Hugs.
Okay.
There you go.
Why must you do this to me?
Because as part of a crew, you gotta enjoy every unfortunate aspect.
Do you have any
That's being one of them.
Seeing as you're on the previous mission, Mr.
You are an unfortunate aspect.
I'm sorry.
I know
I'm sorry,
I am, and it's quite the damn shame.
I wanted to ask if you had any gear you need to look over
please hit me with a new one.
I was brought in to help look
Or
after
something that
the
doesn't
takeover
sound as
of
bland.
in terms of maintaining gear and putting things.
No, thank you.
So if you have anything
Huh.
fixed, maybe something worked on, I'd be your guy.
Well, here's the thing. I really don't have much. But that can
There you go,
easily
sign
become
off.
an issue.
I have a bat. I don't know if it's like made of wood, metal, or paper.
Give me a second. No, that's not it. That's all I got.
I mean, if it's
Let me give it a quick.
they're like
What the fuck is it made out of?
I don't know.
Glitters, that's for damn sure.
may I?
Go right ahead.
I usually have a knack for these. Let's see. Would I be able to tell what it's made of, or is it just some like?
Okay, it depends on how in tune you are to, let's see here, purgatory, I'm guessing like souls, because it's sort of like bound to him, if that makes sense. It's not like, you know,
That makes
physically
sense.
fused to him,
Yeah.
it's more like a part of his essence.
I get it. Interesting one. I don't think this is something I can personally fix. I think that's more you.
You know, I kind of thought that. The judge had a similar sort of like situation with the waist that he has like dangling from his arms, but
I don't see any damage on it, and from what I know, you were part of the group, so seems fine to me. Anyhow, I'm gonna continue looking over these blueprints because a lot of them will range.
Yeah. Oh, hi, door. Oh, there we go.
Oh, again, got a missed call.
You enjoying yourself?
I have some materials to go find and bring over. Right. I have materials to go find and bring over, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay, thanks.
Door, here's a Leo. He's a Leo, mate.
Leandros. Just to encourage the call.
The captain can't keep up morale somehow. Even if it is a bit
I will catch you all around. If you need any gear worked on, you know where to find me. I'll most likely be here.
unfortunate.
Probably sound a little.
Never going to hear the end of it. It's never going to go away.
Do you want
Everything
To the
okay,
Leo.
Ambrose?
Sam on the way?
What was that?
Everything fine.
Door hanging out with Sam a lot. With me. Make it
I don't know. Enjoy your work, then I.
What are you doing? Stop it.
Door, have you been eating candy again?
That is a guilty moment. Alright, I'm gonna let you all handle that.
As the captain, I approve of this. This is fine.
I think it has some B&M's.
No, because I enjoy a bit of chaos every once in a while.
Now in a minute.
Look, there they go.
did not.
I didn't.
What did you do?
Didn't do anything.
Should I let the Cheshire know that you did nothing wrong?
Cheshire already knows.
I don't get it. Why'd they run?
I don't know.
Who's gonna say?
Door is
I'm sure I'll find out in
immature.
time.
Maturity's needed to enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, and what's the point of it all? Yeah.
Well then. Not everything that I wanted to happen happened today, sadly. But I did get a lot more done than I thought I would, which is nice. I will only have a few more streams before I have to go on a bit of a hiatus, a bit of a break from streaming and role-playing. Stogie Era should be streaming most, if not all, of these sessions that I will not be there for. So you can go check out his channel if you want to continue watching. Let's see, I have the next social. Next session after that will be combat, and then I think another combat, and that will be all the streams that I do until my hiatus. So, that, that plant person, Life,
Yes?
they have a very similar ability to you.
Yes, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. The liquid inside of them is healing. It's similar to my potions.
Careful. Heartbeat detected. Do not venture out.
Oh, God
yeah.
damn it.
Okay.
Why is it back? Or is that the white lady?
Well, guess I can't get back to my little lair. I was just busy going through the entire series of Morton Friends again, or at least the seasons I watched. They all seem to be a little bit more blurry than normal. Okay, I guess if I actually did die, I guess it does explain why.
If the heartbeat is slow, you can make it back. It's when the heartbeat gets faster that you have to worry.
Yeah, but still, I'd rather not.
No
Take the
risk
chance.
needed. We remain
Exactly.
Well, I'm lucky. I don't have to worry about all that. Cheshire's given me shortcuts to and from the junkyard. Where's the rest of the people? Are they still outside?
They remain by the entrance. Foolish.
I'm gonna go see what's up then.
Would you care to join?
May as well. Well, obviously not. What the hell is that? Wait, did it grab someone? Holy shit, it grabbed someone!
Remain inside.
Whoa, whoa! Oh, for crying out loud.
Don't worry. Sanctuary will protect us. As long as we're inside, it can.
I'm sorry.
Outside they remain.
Come on, away from the door. Away from the fucking door at this point.
I'm sorry, but it crossed the threshold. I thought nothing could cross the threshold if it had malicious intent.
Still outside.
Effect starts there. Effect strongest at second door. Get the second door.
So further.
Fuck off!
Come on, fools.
I need to be.
Start breaking through that.
I need to be ready just in case anyone else comes.
There ain't gonna be anyone else coming. Everyone's gonna stay out of the area.
Heartbeats never ventured past Sanctuary.
The shield guy went to go let the others know. No one's coming through. Not for a while.
Come on,
I'm gonna be honest.
What
It
is
was
Shadow
stuck in
Ghost
sanctuary
appearing
until
in
it-
the doorway
Wait, it's going
actually
after
scared
something.
the shit out of me.
Go,
It turned like it noticed something.
go.
Just wait. Where are you going?
In. Remain in.
Phobos run out there?
Yep.
What?
It's heading towards the forge.
Is there any
No
in the
one
forge?
That should be in there.
Are we sure? It turned like.
There's no one
something.
in the forge.
So we have to get materials.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Alright. Get inside.
I'm not
Stop
going out there.
standing here. Move it. Move it! Inside.
Remain in. We must remain in.
Watch over them should they get inside. I gotta back these bastards up. Alright.
Rules are meant to keep mouths safe. No one listens. Fools they are.
And not a single healer goes with them.
Fools they are. Rules remain to keep us safe.
Literally all 3 fucking healers have been told to stay back in Sanctuary. Oh my god. This is part of the reason why Stella's gearing up to go on some fucking missions. This is part of the reason. Oh my god. Effie has proven himself on multiple missions. Why isn't he out there? Like, bro. And if Locke was here, Stella would be able to go out there as well. But that's not happening, apparently. Because Doss is unable to play. What was that? I think that's Phobos. Seeing movement in the distance.
Come on, up with you. We got work to do.
Alright, what's up?
I got fucking hit right in the fucking gut, slammed up against the wall, and towards the very end, either the back of my head or my back, I don't know, it all just hurts.
Nah, towards the end I got you. I took the hit for you there at the end, don't you worry.
Do you think you could drink?
Probably.
Oh, you were lay down. You were not getting up.
Do not waste potion. I can substitute.
Fuck me.
Is it still out there?
Probably.
Likely. As we stay in
That healing potion should help you enough to be able to move. Once you're feeling like you can move, I'd recommend putting yourself into the
If
overflow.
you want to look over them, go ahead.
Got
Make
into
sure
it.
They got back in.
Take
Alright.
the jacket off. Just
The water has healing properties.
A voice rings out inside of everyone's heads. You hear it very clearly.
what does the fucking want?
Says bring the girl. Not going to happen.
Oh, that probably means me. Oh, I don't know.
No, not you. You just look similar to Stella a little bit.
Yeah, I think it wants me. It kind of has an obsession with me. It has an obsession with choking me out.
Oh, shit.
I have somewhat of idea that probably won't be for the best, but I'm just gonna roll myself into here for a moment.
Alright, I'll make sure you won't drown.
This do its thing. Oh, this feels weird.
It feels weird, but it feels nice.
Ugh.
That's what I like to see more. The sea makes you a bit more smart about dangers and just walking towards them.
Who's meant to keep us safe? They break them.
Apparently it's its job to deal with the fears.
I don't know if you can hear me, but why do you want me? Guess it can't hear me. is
How's
not
Nicole?
going to be happy about this.
Whenever
Nicole
you're
is
happy about
okay.
anything that happens.
Is
Alright.
it normal for it to be able to get through the first barrier?
It didn't get through a barrier. The barrier starts at the second door.
Yeah. Now then, you, more important job. Keep an eye on our injured right back there because they're trying to think of going back out there to distract and lead the thing away.
So that thing is a fear?
Apparently, I
understand, yeah.
guess.
You said it
The
came
small
from the
one
enchant.
is fear itself. And it fears everything.
But it doesn't fear fears. And you lot said it came out of this book here, right? This enchanting book.
Yeah, the shadow creature came out of the enchanting book. It was sealed away inside of it, and part of the process of taming the book was to release it. Or it caused it to release it.
You need God, but they're over there.
You mean God's right there?
Oh, God just came over here as I mentioned him. Holy shit. I'd like to look through the enchantment book for seeing where specifically the Shadow Beast was shielded and see if there's any extra writing.
Didn't read what's called the bird lightning. You heard it. Bird.
As you open the book, whereas normally, like reading through any of the unlocked books, it would act fairly normally. The moment you open the book, the pages start to flick left and right like a wind is blowing through the book. It is going fucking ballistic. There is magic seeping off of the pages in the book itself. It's going nuts.
That's interesting.
Before it eventually slams to one page in particular that you didn't even know was there to begin with. As you can see a double-page spread of a drawing that looks like a lady in a long gown of some kind with long hair, and her shadow extends from one side of the book to the other, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger until it eventually looks like another humanoid stood behind it with two white pinpricks for eyes.
There's no way this is the White Lady's shadow, right?
The book then slams shut in your hand. All left is the cover. The book of my. And if you try and open the book, I refuses to open at the moment.
Did the lady in the dress look familiar at all?
Nope. I mean, it's just a very miscellaneous, vague kind of. It's a woman. Didn't look like anyone you know beyond having long hair, and that describes a lot of people in this building.
Sapphire, what was the symbol for the White Lady in your lithiometer?
Not a funny thing they have,
I don't know if I'm grasping at straws here, but I want to explore the possibility.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
She's gone down to rest. Since the only way out is through this door, she'll be fine.
That is good. That is good.
Thinking on the lithiometer, it starts to rattle in your pocket. The handles spin around It lands on the bald eye with a crooked smile. A representation of Stella. Lands on an hourglass. Can't quite tell why Stella appears to be bound to the book and to the thing outside.
Why the book? I understand the shadow bitch, but why the book? Why the book? The first interaction...
I think it's gonna get in here eventually. It's only a matter of time.
It wants me, but why does it want me?
Did anything happen to you when you were going through the book?
I never went through the book. I was never there when it was tamed. I only learned it from Amelia later on. And the first interaction I ever had with it, I stole from it. So that might be something, but I don't know.
Wait, you stole from the book?
No, from the shadow creature. I stole... You know those magic crystals that we have? I found a giant one. Like the size of an infant. Kind of giant.
Where is the Forge Master?
And...
She's resting in a tent.
It was in...
Have you done anything with the crystals?
No. I've looked at its structure, but that's it. The crystal has a lot of magical energy and it's extremely unstable, so I've been hesitant to do anything with it.
Opening the book, I want to test a theory, just real quick.
Okay.
As you put your hand on the book, it shines slightly and there's an audible click.
I open it?
Opens up. The pages start to radically flick again, before it lands on the same image as before.
There's my theory.
Only you can use this.
No, I opened it before.
Yeah, but then it's slammed shut. Then you can open it.
Exactly. Alright, let me get over here. Let me look at this page a bit more with you. Get an idea.
Oh, there's Amelia. This is going to be fun to explain.
Yeah, we'll explain it in a bit. I'm busy doing my job of understanding what to fix this. Well, sure, he has an idea what's going on.
Page kind of flips over on its own, showing another double page spread. This time of the creature far closer to the woman, and it almost looks like it's cradling her, crouched around her.
I see. I think we gotta give it the crystal back.
Does the hair of the woman have like a certain color to it?
It lacks any color. It's just an outline.
Here's the better question. This is a two-parter. The first page of the woman, did she look skinny or fat?
It's just... Like, you can't really see it's a cloak. There's no particular, like, defining detail. Very vague gory.
Okay. Alright. I just wanted to check and see, because that was okay, so this must be the shadow's lover in a sense if it's like that. And if that's the case...
I think it might be more the person who cast the shadow.
No, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking it has
The
something
page
to do
turns
with
it into a slightly more disturbing image as double page spread of just thick black lines and just 2 white dots, like it's the thing staring out of the book.
That's not good, I don't think.
Whenever is anything good. No, this is the
this
enchanting
is the enchanting
book.
book. And as
Dumb
of right
question,
now,
do I see this?
as of right now, it seems like I'm the only one who can open this book right now.
Yeah, give it a go and see.
Sure. I said
When you
right
hand
now
it over,
twice.
the pages start to flip wildly, like there is wind gusting through them, before it just lands back on the first page as if you were trying to read it normally.
Can I do it
But no matter how much you flick through, you can't find wherever those images are.
Oh, also, another fun thing that happened. The shadow creature talked to us.
I'm well aware. I heard it.
Okay. It's looking for me, and I don't know why.
Where's that crystal at right now? In your room?
In its confusion, we went after Nicole. She's currently
Stella, where's
resting in
that
the tent
crystal
on the
right
lake.
now?
I don't know why it went after Nicole. It was staring right at me before it did.
Probably we're still confused that I know Nicole has a fairly similar kind of, well, not as similar, but messy ponytail.
Yeah, but it was looking at me. It knew I was there.
I don't know.
Maybe it was looking for a substitute, who knows?
The leverage to get you instead. Who knows?
I'm so glad I was right.
At least on my walk here, I didn't see anything. And I've come from...
I wouldn't want
and all
her.
My main guess is because of what
Anything
she
you can
stole.
research?
If the crystal's the size of an infant, and with what we're seeing here, maybe there's another 4th page. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's something. You're realizing it
What
too.
exactly did
Oh,
your
no, tell us.
alethiometer say?
I think it'll eventually get in here. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Would Stella hold the book again? Can we find those pages again? And is there a 4th one after the thing looking it back at us, or no? Like it was page double splits.
Flicks through, she almost immediately finds where those pages are. The page eventually sits and moves on its own. This time it just has the word Nimue written across both pages, like on the front cover.
Does Nimue mean anything to anyone?
I'm trying to remember if it has something to do when we first opened the book. So I'm mistaken, the names usually come up after the books have been fully...
She was currently stood in front of Stella. You can see the front of the book that says the Book of Nimue.
Name of the book? Not much. Just kind of move it that way, but show the cover of the page for the book.
Like, is Nimue some kind of...
Probably they were probably an enchanter of some sort if they made it like this.
You think it's
No.
I don't know about Ipsum.
No. The shadow. The thing that's been going after us.
The
I think that is its name.
It's a possibility.
Considering how in
intertwined it is with the book.
Then what's the point of the crystal?
It
It started coming after the crystal.
I
He
don't.
wants it back.
What?
I don't know exactly if it is the crystal, cause
But what if it was created to protect the crystal?
I don't know.
Then
The-
what is
How
the
much do
crystal?
we know of the crystal? How much do you know of the crystal? Has
It's
there been any research put into it, or?
a minimal amount. I know that it will function the exact same as any other crystal, but its structure is extremely unstable because it has an extreme amount of magical power in it. You could use it to cast a spell 15 to 20 times without it breaking.
Do me a favor. If I can request to reallocate some of your research into that crystal, but when you do so, don't be alone. Do it with at least some of the either our soldiers or some of us being nearby.
Any
Try and figure out
research
what that
I
crystal is
do with
exactly.
it will be done in the junkyard.
Okay.
The junkyard has
Okay,
testing
I'm done with the bit now.
chambers. The junkyard has testing chambers that allow me to interact with it from outside the chamber.
I will.
You know, here's a question real quick. Something big and important. The crystals, yeah, these magic crystals.
Yeah?
Are they memories of the deformed into something, or what are they exactly?
So everything in this world is made of memories. The crystals are just so that there's two types of memories. There's physical materia and magical materia. Magical materia is our spells, it's our magic, it's an energy that's floating around us. But the crystals are that energy condensed into a physical form.
No.
So, like, you can take someone's memories and put them in a crystal.
Yes, you can.
What if
I
the
see you're
crystal
a-
is the memories of Nimue?
I'm just about to get to that.
Of the memory of someone important to Nimue.
So I ask again, where's the crystal?
It's in the junkyard right now.
Well,
Fine then.
But then what does that
Could
mean
just
for
give it
all
to
of
it
the
right
other
now?
crystals that we found there? All of the crystals we have were from that area.
If you could do me a favor, ask Akmora to come see me whenever she can.
Okay.
The book slams shut before it actually hurts Stella's thumb slightly.
Ah! Ow.
You good? Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hold on to that for now.
Yeah.
But see if we can figure out what that crystal is a bit more, especially that specific one. If it's that big, that potent.
I can try
feel
and
like
look
we
into
have
the
the obvious
specific
answer,
memories.
you and I.
Yeah.
We don't need to do all this fancy shit if the obvious answer's right there. If it's Nimue's memories, and it was it guarding it.
We don't
And
know
there
if
you
it
go.
is Nimue's memories. That's what I'm going to be looking into.
Yeah.
Still don't know.
Because she said it could also be someone important to her.
Nimue.
That's what we're thinking. Creature's name could be Nimue. Nimue could be related to the crystal. We don't know yet. And that's where the research comes into play. We're simply not going to give up a crystal that potent to something like that if it could potentially lead to it using it against us.
I have a dumb question. Is there anything physical inside of it? The crystal?
Yes. It's basically just physical materia that is imbued with a shit ton of magic materia.
I mean, like,
Do you
Like an actual object.
Like, is there any objects inside of it?
what if it's like an egg?
I don't believe that's the case, but I could look again.
Look into it. do a bit of research, and we'll know more once we get more info. For now, though, next time we all gather, we're going to be talking game plan for the whole eventually. Because we have that area secure. I know this is completely off topic, but I don't know if that's related to everything as well. You know, Nimue, the heartbeat, all of that. So we have two angles we could try and go at this. Your research and the eventual mission into the hole. I've spoken to the army. We've set up a camp there. We have that area basically secure. It's just waiting for us to move. And that will come with some planning. 'Cause it's going to be difficult. I've heard the reports. I was given the rundown of everything. We'll get that bastard.
Amelia, do you have some time for a few questions?
Yeah, lead the way.
Okay.
No, just first do what you need to, just don't leave Sanctuary for now.
Can I speak with her privately, please?
I'll be a moment.
I would like... First of all, I would like to learn... I would like to tame and learn shadow magic.
Okay.
There's a possibility that it can help with this whole Nimue thing. And
That was my plan to actually get that book opened and completely studied through, because it's a bit of a process of actually getting that book to the point where we can actually start teaching out of it or learning out of it. So that was my next step.
I do have personal reasons for wanting to learn that magic as well.
Of course.
I also wanted to ask about your opinion on the war.
The war? I don't like it. I understand that I may have made decisions that people won't be happy about, especially recently, but I'll be flat out honest. I went into this without any prior proper experience in leading. I took on this role back when we were still in the town, and being thrown into all of this is a learning curve and a half, but I wish we didn't have to do this. Really don't.
I mean, no offense by this, but it is very obvious.
Speak freely. I know. And I've said this before plenty of times.
There's too much stress for you to handle with all of this.
I know, which is why I've been trying to kind of delegate where I can, alleviate some weight off shoulders where I'm able. Like for example, Lancelot taking lead of the army.
that I've completely left up to him. I trust him, and whatever he does, that's one gone. There's stuff here which I want people to, learn what they want to learn with the books. It's just getting them open. Is something I have started not doing alone. I did in the past, but not anymore. That I've learned to bring people, like I've done with the previous books.
Doing
So it's
things
not just
alone
me.
is very often a bad idea.
No, but I know I shouldn't be, learning as I go now. I should have known a lot in the past, but I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to trust where I can. So I've left the research entirely up to you with what you do. We have now Nicole taking over Bahamut stuff. Trying to delegate where I can.
If there was a way to end this war peacefully, would you take it?
In a heartbeat. I'm tired of...
Bright light shines from behind you.
Behind me, behind Stella?
Behind Stella. Light shining forwards. Shadow looks very normal all of a sudden.
Everything good?
You okay? What's that about?
The light goes away.
As the light goes away, you notice your shadow is really long and sort of abruptly cuts off in the middle of the grass. Going towards Cheshire almost.
Oh, that's new.
Curiouser and curiouser. I want to restitch that too.
This isn't Neverland, this is Wonderland.
Interesting, but I'm tired of having to do what I need to do with how the war's been treating us. Trusting outside less, being scared to take in refugees or whatever have you, and in the scare that they're just gonna turn tail, like we've had in the past. If there was a way to end this peacefully, I would love it. To stop having to kill all of those misled by the false king. Especially those who have done by force, with their masks.
I have theories as to how to remove the magic from the masks.
That would help so much if we were able to do that and bring them upon our side, trying to help them.
I would also like to start going on missions.
Yeah, we can do that. Get you sort of some gear.
I've already started building up a kit.
Okay. Would you be willing to have Lancelot help train you a little bit?
I've already started training with Lancelot.
Perfect. Okay. Then when we get your gear sorted, we'll get you sent on missions. How's that sound?
That sounds good. Thank you very much.
Of course, No, I'm not probably the best of leadership, but I do appreciate all of the work you all do. And the trust that you all put into me, even though it's, a lot. But I do appreciate it, all that helps.
All things considered, you've been doing pretty good.
I'm still not too happy about how we had to get a hold of the shadow book. But it is probably going to weigh on me throughout this entire endeavor, and probably further.
I'm not too happy with anything that's happened in our 2 years here.
No. And probably because of all of that, there probably some who aren't too happy with me, but happens every now and then, I can't make everyone happy. couldn't let them get a hold of that book. Not what it could do.
For what it's worth,
Anyway,
you shouldn't regret anything. Feeling guilt is natural, but you shouldn't regret anything. Apologize for mistakes you've made and people you've hurt, but the actions you've taken are what have led you to the position you're in today.
the person needs to get a hold of is Sky. The last time I saw Sky, the way he looked at me just had anger filling those eyes. I need a chance to speak to him, I just haven't been able to catch him.
Thank you for this talk.
Of course, I'm always happy to speak if people need it. I'm very open about everything. If any doubts, any questions, I'll answer them the best I can. Anything
I'm
else?
probably going to go into retire now.
Yeah, by all means. Amora knows that I need to speak to her at some point, whenever she's free.
Will do. Hell yes. I have done everything that I wanted to do today, and I've done a shit ton more. This is one of the most productive social sessions I've had in a while.
Stella, there's a problem.
What was that?
There's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
What do you mean, you know?
I mean, are you not talking about the whole shadow thing?
It has to do with, possibly.
What else is there?
How many social obligations for the rest of the week?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you have any social obligations for the rest of your week?
Social? No.
You have anything, nothing planned? Good. Snap. You are going to be gone. You're going to the junkyard right now.
Okay.
I'll explain things to you afterwards.
Understood. Okay. Well then. That's interesting. That's gonna be fun. I'm not visible. Okay. Dadafi. Oh, hey, it's Amora.
Leave that part up into you, then that's all I wanted to
And
ask you
Bismuth.
about it.
Is that a yellow? Okay.
I'll leave that in your hands.
I'm going to be keeping this different version of Bismuth outside her station. It's not quite the same as the main one of the junkyard, but it'll do.
Wait, outside my station? Is that what you're saying? Or is it the blacksmith? Hold on, what? What
we
the
should be
fuck
far
is
more
that?
cautious opening any more of these books if it can cause this kind of repeatable damage.
One of the first times it's been this bad.
Who's to say all of the other don't have something tied to them?
At least from now on, I'm going to try keeping a really close eye on the other books we already have opened and done.
Precisely, and my thought being, life forbid what happens if you open the shadow book and there's something inside of it as well.
Concerns me, yeah.
Anything
Both Cheshire and Anmora are in panic mode. Okay, they are talking about me.
One problem at a time.
Yeah, I know. She has some personal reasons to it, not sure what exactly, but I don't intend to open that book anytime soon.
You've got enough to worry about at the moment, I think.
Yeah. Except for this next dive.
Select people that have either a very strong will or a good mental fortitude. Lord knows what'll be on the inside of where these things are going out.
I'm gonna have a big meeting on the next time everyone gathers, and we'll go from there.
My worry is that if these things manifest close to what we are already, if we go into the very place where they are forming, we stand to reason that it would be quite difficult to discern fabrication from reality and maybe a little bit too accurate to what they could be creating.
Yeah.
But obviously, we have no way of knowing that.
I'm going in there expecting the worst. So, prepare for that best I can.
Some rest. We're going to need it.
Yeah. I'm gonna head back to my room. In the meantime, you're dismissed. Do whatever. Like I said, feel free to hang around or head back to the rest.
Alright. I will be going to... I'll stay with Nicole and make sure she stays resting. She stubbornly wanted to go back out there to bait the thing away.
Considering where she comes from, I'm not surprised.
Well, I'm not going to let her do that, so...
On my way to bring her somewhere myself, that leave.
Oh yeah. Both Cheshire and Atmora are in panic mode over what's happening with Stella. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Holy shit.
I'm existing.
They're speaking to you, not me.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
How are you holding up?
I'm existing.
Yeah. Found the reports about what happened and everything, but I'm happy to know for the most part your mission was a success. Well done. Come find me if you need anything, yeah?
Alright.
never say I wouldn't give up and try.
Howdy. Not intruding anything.
No, you're not.
I'm off to get
Just
some rest.
questioning theories and whatnot. Oh, you get me message, by the way. Just drop the books off on my room.
I'll sit down and teach you a few things. I still need to keep a close eye on these books, especially considering lately with what came out of more most recent book. But I'll be happy.
What was the most recent one?
That came out of the enchanting book.
The Enchanted Book was the recent one. I thought the other recent one was the Book of Shadows.
We have it. We haven't opened it.
No, you mean the one
Opening
you
up
opened
these
recently.
books and actually getting them usable to teach and to learn is an entire process. And during our escapades on further unlocking and like studying the book is where the shadow thing came from.
Alright then, let me pose this to you before you go off to bed. Do you think, let's say we didn't have time to do research, but that thing was about to break down the barrier. Would you just give it the crystal or fight to your last breath?
I'd rather fight to my last breath than give it the crystal.
I'd give it Stella.
Not
But that's just me.
Magic it has. Because
I
we
see.
don't know at the end of the day if once that thing gets a hold of that crystal, what it will do afterwards. That crystal has the ability to cast magics far more powerful than you normally be able to. To what level in accordance to what the
Okay,
suit is,
players.
I don't know.
Bring things to a close. We will be dropping cards.
Alright, take your time and enjoy your rest.
The suit stores memory from foes that I fight, creatures that I kill, and I use that to cast. That's the reason I don't use.
Enjoy your rest, Amelia. I got my answer. Alright, now.
God
Comes
damn.
down to fucking my process theory.
Alright, that is session for this week. Thank you all for watching. Sessions happen at 8 p.m. EST, as always. Next session will be another social. It will be our final social for this arc, as the mission directly after it will be closing the arc. We may have another few sessions afterwards for finishing out this season, but I will not be streaming all of those. As I said before, there will be a bit of a hiatus. I will not be able to use my computer for a little while. I will have my laptop, but I will not be able to stream and roleplay at the same time. So, if you want to see any more of Wonderland, you can go and watch Stogie Era, STOGIE_ERA. It is one of the recommended channels on my Twitch, so you can just go right there and click it. He may not stream every single session while I'm gone, but he should be streaming a majority of them. And hopefully, once the next semester starts, I will be able to start role-playing and streaming again. So, as always, I will see you all next week. Thanks for watching.